Hey guys, welcome to Cooking with Trace. Hope everyone's having a great day today. Today we are going to be making some mussels, some mussels and cream sauce. So grab a drink if you're having a drink. Coffee for me today, and let's get cooking. Okay, so mussels. We love them here. I think it's something that people really like, and I think a lot of people kind of maybe feel intimidated about cooking them because, shellfish and stuff at home can be worried about kind of make sure everything's safe and if it's alive and stuff. So we're going to go through washing them, and we're also going to make this some toast to go on top. And this is, I've seen this before for kind of open face sandwiches and stuff, but Josh at Company Bar showed me this. They do it where they kind of build a little aioli and build herb salad on their toast and put it on top of the mussels. And I just love that idea, and I've stolen it forever. So thank you, Josh. It will be on every menu I come up with now. It's mine. Just kidding. So for the toast, I made a garlic aioli. I broke down. I put it in a squeeze bottle. I've got some pickled red onions, some radishes, some herbs. This is obviously totally optional. Normally how we would do it in the house is just saute them up and get some bread and kind of soak up the sauce at the bottom. So, but if you kind of want to, again, I'm liking giving you guys some options of how to elevate this to more of a dining out, going out to eat experience. So if you want to do that, this is a great way. Okay, let's talk about washing mussels. So I got these at the grocery store. This is 2 pounds of mussels by weight. Usually, just like in a restaurant, kind of a pound per person. For an appetizer, a little bit more if it's kind of your entree. And you're always going to lose a couple as well, right? So if you're, big guy, hungry lady, 2 pounds, and that's your main course, you could definitely do 2 pounds. But just a rough idea, a pound a person kind of for an appetizer, 2 pounds for a main. Okay, so what I like to do is make sure your water is cold. Hot water on seafood, very, very bad. Get a large bowl, and you're going to fill this up with water. Going on this, like that. Also, have yourself a bowl for bad mussels, ones that are dead, and a strainer, so you don't want them sitting in water. So this is the best way to wash them. So what you're looking for here is, this is a perfect example. So this mussel is tightly sealed along the rim there, right? And this is what they call the beard. So what a mussel is, I'm going to talk to you about in a second, is the way these guys work is they pull seawater in, and then they eject it out. And they're filtering the little microorganisms that live in ocean water or river water, depending on if it's a freshwater or saltwater mussel. And that mussel, all the mussel is a little pump, basically. So it pumps out the water. And this beard is just where the water pumps out. It kind of collects. So with that, just kind of tear it off. Like that. That's good. That's all you're kind of going through. The other way you can do it is, if you don't want to tear it, you can just take a little paring knife and take the back of it so you don't dull your blade. Just kind of do it like that. Tear it off. And sometimes they won't have it, right? Because they do a really good job. They grow mussels on these ropes in tidal floodplains is where they're harvested. So they got these ropes, and the mussels kind of grow on these ropes. So these have already been cleaned by the farmer. Like if you saw mussels unharvested, they're like barnacles and giant webs of seaweed. So like these have already been cleaned quite a bit. So a lot of times in the grocery store especially, like you're just kind of going over. See, these ones are all good. So that's kind of what I do. I'll just pick up a little handful here. Look at them. Those ones look good. You can see this one has quite a bit of a beard on it, right? Take that out. So you don't need to worry about it. In the restaurant, like people a lot of times will scrub them down to make sure the shells are completely clean, but at home, I'm not worried about it. And mussels are really cool because they're the only, well not the only, they're one of the few crops, right, because we grow them, so it's a crop, that is actually net positive on the environment. So these make the rivers that they're harvested in, or floodplains, better. So you got a little beard there. Tear it off. And they can be open. See, if they're open a little bit like that, that's okay. And again, just smell. Seafood, trust your nose. Seafood that's not good, really does not smell good. So if you smell it and it smells okay, it smells like the beach or ocean, you're probably fine. You can also do the thing where you tap it on the side and see if it closes. This one, that's pretty open. Smelling, don't like the smell of it. And they're so cheap per mussel that just, if you don't feel good about it, just get rid of it. And you can see them. See, as I pull them out of the water, they're starting to open up. Right? They're searching for things to pull in. That's why they're closed in the water. And so this, you can see it open, and you can see how that's no bueno. Okay. Anyway, so as I was saying, mussels are actually make the environment that they're harvested in healthier. They're good for rivers. They're good for tidal floodplains, which are a huge. Those are like one of the hubs for a healthy ecosystem. Is those floodplains, because so many animals feed off them. They give so much water. They actually clean the ocean. So we should be eating more mussels as a source of protein. Don't be afraid of them. I'm gonna show you how easy they are to cook. Okay. Again, this one very clearly super bad. So I lost 4 out of that 2 pounds. That's fine. Yeah. And these, I highly recommend taking them directly outside to your compost or your garbage. Do not throw them in your garbage in your kitchen, because within 12 hours they will go real rancid. So my mussels are clean. They're draining of their water there. I'm just gonna put these in the sink for now. So let's start building our sauce. So you want something that's nice and high, so it fits all the mussels, because they expand as they open up their shells. So I'm just gonna get a little bit of oil in there. Kind of roll it around a little bit. This could be a pot, right? This could be, like if this is a Dutch oven. This could be a large pan. We do them at my parents' house. I've got a large pan with a lid. That would work fine too. So we get that. We've got some garlic. I just wanted to talk about, this is a way, really nice way, we store garlic a lot. Because in a restaurant, we're not slicing garlic to order, obviously, right? So I just sliced this really thin. I did it on a microplane. I put olive oil in it. Well, you can keep this in the fridge like this for, like, I don't know, for 2 weeks. You'll use it up before it goes bad, probably. So I just kind of cut more than I need. I'm taking about a tablespoon of just very thinly sliced garlic. Maybe a little bit more. And I'm just frying it up like that. So that extra, I'll just throw that in the fridge and it will hold. So I've got my garlic frying there. Give that a little stir. Not looking for any color here. Kind of just like the pasta, right? That looks good. Now I'm adding some onion. Be generous with the onion, but make sure your onion's nice and finely diced. As fine as you can get it. Go on there. Pinch of salt. And this, it looks like I'm adding a ton. I watched the videos and it looks like I'm adding a crazy amount of salt, but this is a large grain salt. That's why if you have table salt, it's not going to look like that. You'll be adding kind of a little pinch. But these salts are large and flaky. So it looks like I'm adding a ton. And I'm not shy about my salt. I'm not saying that. But in the videos, it looks like I'm adding a lot more than I do, I've realized. Okay, so I'm just clicking these down. I'm looking for... I'm not looking for color. I'm not looking to caramelize them. We're just sauteing them, right? Gonna add some pepper. Oh, we can add some pepper to our shake there. That's good. There. Spatula can be good in this. Kind of keep that garlic off the sides. Turn my heat slightly. Yeah. I just want to thank Zach for joining us on our cooking show yesterday. I want to thank everyone who kind of stuck with us for technical difficulties. I had an absolute blast cooking with that guy again, and hope you guys enjoyed kind of seeing someone else cook. I think we might try to do more of those in the future. with some other chefs I know. If they are down. So let me know if that was something you guys liked and you want to see more of. Also, thank you, Kai, for watching, for filming, and putting up with our shenanigans as we figured out how to do that. So, yeah. Okay, so this is where I want my onions. They're not completely translucent, but you can see down there, they're starting to go clear. That's perfect. That was also really hot. So what I'm going to do here is take some white wine. Deglaze this with some white wine. Spill some. I was fairly generous with that. That's probably a quarter cup, thereabouts. I'm going to reduce that down just a touch. And while that's going on, I'm just going to actually pour myself a little bit. I know my mom's out there drinking a glass of white wine right now. So, cheers, Mom. Okay. Ooh, nice. Okay, so this is coming down, and just like the butter sauce yesterday, if you watch, you're just kind of looking to cook that alcohol off a little bit. Perfect. Okay, the alcohol's cooked off a little bit. Our cat wants to go outside now. One of the animals always does. I'm just going to get my toast on for our toast component here. Just a little bit of olive oil. Kind of squeeze that bread. I've got a pan here. Kind of low heat. Let's let this go. A little bit of olive oil on the other side. Perfect. Alright, so now we're going to add our mussels to the pot. I'm going to add some fresh, not yet, live. Add some cream. That was about a half cup, thereabouts, roughly. Give these a little stir there. I got some fresh chopped thyme and parsley here. I'm going to add about half of this right now, and then the other half a little bit later. You'll see when. And thyme and parsley are just like best friends with most seafoods, but especially I find with like mussels and oysters and shellfish like that. There's a real thyme tastes like flowers, and seafood tends to be quite sweet. So that kind of sweet herb, sweet flower component works really, really well.
The cream. What kind of cream, and does it have to be that?
Yes, 35%, and yes. So there's not enough fat in like 10% or milk. It will just split. You can't recreate unless you like slowly simmer it. So what we did at the restaurant one time, a restaurant I worked at, there's a large crate. We get crates of dairy, like milk crates. That expression comes because they ship containers like this, but the tall ones in those crates. And they were going to go bad. So we actually took all the 10% cream and slowly reduced it down. But for a cooking application like this, it won't really work. But this whole recipe you can do without the cream if you have a dairy allergy or you don't have heavy cream. Just admit where I add the cream. Everything else will work perfectly. The only thing I'd say is maybe add some butter. Just because I was pretty lean with the oil, and you just want to get some fat in there. Would be nice. So I'll tell you when I would have added the butter. Okay, so these are kind of going. You can see the cream starting to bubble there. You want to get a lid. Now we're just going to kind of steam these for a couple minutes. Okay. Heat on this guy. Okay, so I wanted to talk about thyme for a second. Just if anyone has fresh thyme and they're doing this, I had chopped it up ahead of time, but I thought it might be worthwhile to show you guys a good way to clean it. So this is what thyme looks like when you get it in fresh. And it grows up like this, obviously, and there's all these little flowers. So these little leaves, not flowers, sorry, is where really most of the flavor is. And then, so what you do is kind of just take it, grab it at the top, just run your hand down like that, then you'll end up like this. Now, in a restaurant, right? Chef will may come by and say, "Oh, you got stems. You got stems in your mise en place, Chase." Redo that whole thing. So they'll make you to kind of take this whole, every little stem, and just get the leaves off. I know Zach remembers doing this. But honestly, for home, especially when you're chopping it up like this, like these stems, if you look at the difference, that looks like wood, and this is really pale green. Like the tips of it are really, really tender. So you just chop that up. That's what I do, and I just cook it out. So I kind of just get it down to there. These really long ones, not so pleasant, right? See, like that guy probably something like that. But all of this can then just get chopped up. I just wanted to mention that. I thought people might not have seen that before. Okay, so toast is going here, beautiful. We're gonna be putting a whole bunch of stuff on this, like mayo and some radishes and herbs and stuff. So you want to get it nicely toasted, super hot, just so it doesn't get soggy. And you can do it in the toaster. I just like doing it in the pan because I can kind of show you guys what's going on a little bit. But you can just stick the bread in the toaster and do it like that as well. Okay. Check on our mussels here. Just going to close this for another 30 seconds-ish. So you really don't want to overcook your mussels here. They should be nice and plump and juicy. And really, once they open up, they're pretty much good to go. So we're getting really, really close to kind of plating here. Okay. Nice. I wish this was a little bit more toasted there. But I think my bread is getting old and kind of curled, so didn't. So this looks beautiful. Give this a stir. Yeah. So what I'm doing, I'm just stirring to kind of get some of that liquid trapped in the shells. And then we're going to scoop out the mussels and then reduce our sauce. Make sure to stay hydrated.
The lid on was on for about how long?
2 or 3 minutes, 4 minutes, something like that. It depends how many mussels you have and how high your heat is. Okay, so at this point, you want to get ready to get your mussels into your serving dish. We've got this beautiful dish that we found at a garage sale. It was my idea to go to. It was Tyler's. But you can see right now our sauce is really thin. So, excuse me. My throat there. So we're going to pull our mussels out and then reduce our sauce. And this is why this dish is so, something with a lid to serve it in is so nice because you can pull your mussels out and then just put the lid back on. So if a little bit of sauce gets in the bottom, not a big deal, right? I'm just kind of tilting my spoon, pulling them out, tilting my spoon. But you can see how plump these are, right? They're huge. Okay, so you can see they're not dried up and shriveled. And that's also why I wasn't going too heavy with the salt, because I knew I was going to reduce my sauce, right? So I'm going to finish seasoning this when it gets closer to like how reduced I want to get it. Okay, so I'm going to let this kind of reduce down. And then I'm going to go start building our little toast. So, get 2 nice pieces. I made some red onions, and I keep them in all our old jars. I just run them through the dishwasher, and they're great for like making pickles or sauces or anything like that. Just wanted to kind of show that off there. Okay, so just gonna grab a paper towel to drain some stuff on. Whenever you're putting things on, like kind of building garnishes like this, piece of paper towel, just like when I cut the steak yesterday. Get some of these nice thin radishes again, which I love. It's kind of spicy. A ton. Anyway, with that. And then some of our pickled onions. I just did this morning. Maybe if you guys want, let me know. I can go over kind of how to pickle. And these will last for a couple weeks in the fridge easily. And you see I'm just pulling them off to kind of drain them of their liquid there. Okay. This garlic aioli, just kind of keeping an eye on my sauce. Gonna come through. Gonna make some nice dots. It's all gonna be covered up, so don't worry about shapes or anything like that. And we're just gonna start building a little nice little salad here. Okay. So at Company Bar they do this with fermented jalapenos and stuff like that. You could do this with anything, really. I'm just taking some red onions in there. I'm taking some radish. That. And I've got some. I had some mint. Take some mint and get on there. Yeah, tomato sauce. Told myself I wasn't going to use the tweezers, but I might have lied. Like that. And I've got some just whole parsley. I love whole parsley. I love it as a salad. All that. So I'm going to take some of these leaves. And you're just kind of building like a nice little, like think about it like salad on toast, right? The dressing's on the bottom, the bread is the crouton, these are all your greens, except that these are like an herb, yeah? Like that, a piece of mint right there, and a piece of parsley. Okay, now these can kind of sit for a minute because they're really well toasted, so you can just let those chill out. You know, those are really nice, beautiful. And then all this, obviously, we'll save. Back into the water. Alright, so at this point I'm going to add the rest of my herbs. This sauce is really close. I'm going to add the rest of my herbs to it. Give it a little thing. You can see it's thickened up quite a bit, right? Much closer to the consistency we want it. And this is beautiful because all of that liquid that the mussels expelled are now in this. So this is like a seafood cream sauce, which is lovely. Get a little taste. Close. A touch of salt. Literally a touch, and then I forgot to pull it out, but a little bit of lemon juice. Just a touch. Right at the end. Okay, so you can see again, almost like the risotto rice. See how it takes a second to fall back in on itself? Same thing if you test, grab a spoon, get on the back, right? Holds a line. We're good to go. So you just open up your mussels here, just to stay nice and warm in your pot. And you're just going to glaze the top of these with the cream sauce. Beautiful. What they do at the restaurant here, they then just take their toast. They kind of usually it's just one large piece. Just kind of do something like that, and then you got this big old bowl of delightfulness. Yeah, guys, you don't have to do this toast with all the radish and all the onions or anything like that. Just bread, great. If you don't have the cream, white wine and butter. So when I would have taken that off, that's when I would add some butter. Sorry, I forgot to mention that. If you want to elevate it, this looks great. And then how you eat this is you kind of take your toast on your plate and you scoop out little bits of mussel, put it in your toast and cut it. So kind of mussels go on your toast and you get this beautiful little seafood salad bread combination. Okay, guys, thanks for tuning in. Stay safe, stay home, eat well. Go check out the YouTube channel, Cooking with Chase on YouTube. If you're making this, which I highly recommend, tag me at Chase Bros, #Cooking with Chase, and we'll see you guys tomorrow.